7 Up, happy refreshment pool.
করতে আটটা গান একদম cool হয়ে যায় না with refreshing 7 Up
Love, 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 7 Up.
নতুন ডানো পাওয়ার, যার খাঁটি দুধের প্রকৃত পুষ্টি ওকে ভেতরে বাইরে করে স্ট্রং। ডানো পাওয়ার, বেড়ে ওঠো স্ট্রং হয়ে।
Pretty even start, even contest at the moment. No wickets, but England have not got away from Afghanistan here. Well, mystery bowling from Mujib. We have one of the great keepers to a mystery bowler, Kumar Sangakkara. What have you made of him?
Well, why the batsmen are so watchful is he has 3 deliveries, Mujib. That's the first one. It's a hooping in swinger. If there's a little bit of wind around, that will swing a bit more with the seam position going towards fine leg. This is the carom ball, and there's a scramble seam. It holds in the pitch and turns away from the right hander. They're very difficult to pick because they're not so different, but that one is slightly easier. That's the googly, back of the hand, very conventional. So if you are a batsman, the first 2 can confuse you a bit because it's all about the seam position. Straight seam coming into you, scramble seam going away from you, and then it's the back of the hand.
Up and over mid-off, that will go away. A couple of bounces for.
And what's really interesting about the contrast between Mujib and Rashid is Rashid, it's hard to see the delivery point, but you can actually watch the way he holds the ball, and we can do a little piece on him later, but this is why it's so difficult against mystery spin for batsmen.
Yeah, very good. And who kept to Murali all those years. Pick him and which way he spun it. Him has moved on now with spinners bowling so many variations. That was elegant from Vince.
Yeah, well, the other thing about Mujib, I know he can bowl an off-spinner as well, but it's the natural variation off the pitch. So sometimes that ball, as Sanger just mentioned, the one that actually angles in, swings in, if you get some natural variation, that can hold in the surface as well. And that's what makes it difficult for the batsman to try and work out exactly what that ball's going to do. Is it going to go on with the arm angle into a right-hander, or is it going to hit the surface and straighten, go away from the right-hander?
Another misfield. Got to save these runs. We saw Bangladesh in the field yesterday. They were excellent. They were aggressive with their fielding. Been a bit sloppy from Afghanistan.
And this is what's separating the top 4 teams at the moment. We saw West Indies yesterday weren't great in the field. Pakistan as well against India. Awkward length where this ball bounces, but it's an even bounce. It's a good surface. You've got to find a way, get forward and get on the half volley, or get yourself back. Every single run, so important to protect.
Up in the air, that should be taken. You know, he's run back. He's completely misjudged that out there. Completely misjudged that. Nabi should have run in 10 yards and taken the catch. He just moves round the boundary. It's landed 5 yards in.
Mustn't have picked that up early. He was still for too long. There was no anticipation. That's a huge opportunity gone begging for Afghanistan. That should have been an absolute soda.
Well, I can't see how he's blaming anyone else. A missed opportunity for Afghanistan, an opportunity that Vince must pounce on. 40 for none.
এই বিশ্বকাপে প্রাণ পটেটো ক্র্যাকারের ক্রিকেট ফিভার প্যাকেট কিনলেই পাচ্ছেন ইংল্যান্ড ভ্রমণের সুযোগ। এছাড়াও থাকছে ব্যাট, বল, জার্সি, ক্যাপ সহ মজার মজার টয় জেতার সুযোগ।
ক্ষুধা লাগলে কি খান? ব্যাটিং ইনিংসে না বোলিং ইনিংসে?
ব্যাটিং ইনিংসে
অল টাইম বান।
আর বোলিং ইনিংসে
অল টাইম বান ছোট খিদের বড় সমাধান।
ফ্রুট ফান বিস্কুট খান, ভালো জিনিস।
খাওয়া পাগল বাঙালির জন্য আনারসের দারুণ স্বাদে মিস ক্লাব দিচ্ছে ফ্রুট ফান ক্রিম বিস্কুট। ভালো খান, ভালো থাকুন।
England 40 without loss, should be one down. An opportunity missed in the deep by Naby to take the wicket of James Vince, who's moved to 23. Johnny Bairstow is 16 not out, and it's been a watchful start from the two openers. Just completely misjudged it. A big opportunity. Mr. can't beat short fine leg. Yes, he can, because the fielding is poor again. It's a little bit greasy here at Old Trafford. You just see the fielders slipping there. A lot of rain yesterday. But Vince again pulling off the front foot, as is his wont, has got a top edge, and that really should have been taken. No one to blame but yourself, I'm afraid. Plenty of Afghan support in the ground at Old Trafford. They just need something to cheer. Well, it's been watchful from England. They've had to be with those variations that you expertly diagnosed. Kumar?
Yeah, Mujib has bowled excellently, although he hasn't broken through as yet. Cautious because it's really hard to see the difference at point of delivery. He hasn't bowled a huge amount of googlies, and that would have been something that Bairstow would have enjoyed with his keeping experience. He would have gone maybe towards mid-wicket a lot more with a slog sweep. But the fact that there's very little difference between the one that swings in and holds and turns makes it a little bit more difficult.
42 without loss. He's bowling the right pace.
Yeah, I just think that it's really difficult for Mujib.
মোবাইলে সঞ্চয়ের টাকা বাড়তেছে তো, নগদে সঞ্চয় টাকা বাড়ে সবচেয়ে বেশি হারে। টেনশন নিয়েন না যে মোবাইল খুলবো, আসলে খুলবো আপনার নগদের অ্যাকাউন্ট।